Let's see, are we able to? Mhm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys? This is not going to be a light reading. I just want to make sure you can't see my face because, well, I've got a mask on right now. Not an energetic mask, but an actual clay mask. So just let me know. Hello, how are you? Hey, Wendy. Hey, I think it's Suki or Sushi. I couldn't see your name from this far away. Can you not see my face? I want to make sure you can't, actually. You cannot. Just let me know really quickly. We've got 16 of you on here already. Awesome. Okay, good. Because, sometimes when I have an energetic, I'm not going to call this a rant because I've got to get my shoes off for this. That's not a positive word. I'm going to call this an energetic truth session. And I want you guys to share this video and share my YouTube channel on your social media platforms. If it's sharing it in your Instagram stories, if it's sharing it on Facebook, this will really be helpful to me. And it'll be helpful to you as well. So I'm gonna tune into the Love Tuner first. The Love Tuner is attuned to 528 megahertz, which is the vibration of love. And I'm going to do this for those of you empaths who feel that you need to run and protect your energy after you're around a truth speaker like myself. Because no one is more empathic than myself. I am a quadruple water sign. I have water in the first 6 placements of my chart. Can you imagine? But if you don't do the work to be able to handle the truth, you're going to be stuck in this matrix that our world is. One moment. Really, Lewis? Really? So let's blow the love tuner to calm all of you empaths down, and let's get into this because this is not going to be one of those sessions that you're going to want to miss. So just tune into this, let it settle your soul. It's attuned to 528 megahertz, which is the vibration of love. Hopefully that'll soften the blow to a little bit of what I'm going to say here tonight, because I was feeling myself, I got up, I went to the gym, I made some beautiful food, I shared my food on social media, and I was feeling myself pulled into something that I didn't want to get sucked back into. I have 2 cell phones. One I use for clients and the other I use for my personal life. On the cell phone that I use for my personal life, I also have an app called Signal, which hides all my text messages. That's pretty sad that I have to go to those lengths to keep personal privacy. And a lot of you probably have been in that same position, right? Where maybe you speak certain things that people don't like to hear, right? You're changing because you are genetically coded from before your parents even procreated with one another. There was a genetic code built within your DNA that gave you certain information to where you knew what was right, what was wrong. But what happens is we come into this world and, you know, our parents put their shit on us, our teachers put their shit on us, our siblings, our relationship partners, and that DNA can get clouded. But here's the beautiful thing. No one has the power to actually alter your DNA. No one has the power to take away from you. Who is this? Because I don't feel like it. No one has the power to take away from you what you intuitively know. So I'm going to go over a few lies that maybe your parents taught you, maybe the government's taught you, maybe the school districts have taught you, okay? And you guys can argue with me until you're blue in the face. Mama knows best. She knows best. Number one, the Got Milk ads, the Burger King ads, the In-N-Out Burger ads, all bullshit. All advertisements to get you guys to eat shit food, dead, decomposing animals, dairy from a cow's titty. Seriously. Dairy from a cow's breast. Think about it. In a glass of milk this size, there's 800 parts pus. Fact, pus in dairy. Eating that way has caused your mind to become clouded. It's caused your third eye to not be able to open. And I don't care what reader there is on here. I don't care what, come on, Lewis, get up here, join Mama. Lewis has been with me 10 years. I've been vegan for 18 years, almost 19 years. I knew that plant-based was the way to go before this world. I was in Ohio as a raw vegan. People were calling me crazy. I said raw vegan and they thought I meant sushi. I knew the world would eventually wisen up to the fact that this is the way we were supposed to go. Go lay down, sweetie. Sorry, Lewis has to make his rounds. Go on. Go night-night. Sorry, Lewis is trying to soften this. Okay, we don't want to catch the tail on fire. Okay, it's okay. It's just the people, Lewis. Okay, lay down. Go night-night. Here, Lewis, come. Okay, no catch on fire. Sorry, you guys. Look, Lewis is my husband. He does what he wants to do. All right? He does. He even lets me have boyfriends. Okay, can we get down? Come on. I'll get Lewis down. Hang on one second. Come on, Lewis. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so if you want to have your third eye open, if you want to become spiritually centered, you gotta let go of the animal products. You have to. It's not like, oh, but can we do bone broth? That's good for collagen production. No, it's actually not. It's not. Can we still do dairy though? Because I love cheese. Well, if you want to be eating cow snot, sure. But can we, I love a good steak every once in a while. Watch a few documentaries and educate yourself. And I'm not like boasting like I'm some prize or anything, but there's a reason I am the age I am and still get like talked to by 20-year-olds. There's a reason, because I've taken care of my body for almost 20 years. I went vegan years ago. I knew that that was the way to go. I knew it just dawned on me one day, why are we eating dead, decomposing animals? Gross. It was genetically encoded in me to be a pioneer of that movement. Did someone just say something ignorant? Oh, no, you said something very smart. Thank you. It's not meat, it's fillers. Yes, they're shot up with hormones, the animals are. All those hormones, and you guys are wondering why you get cancer? Because all those hormones end up in your body. That's why men chase like anything in a skirt and everything. They're estrogen dominant, they're testosterone dominant. That's why men get man boobs and the big gut. It's a hormone imbalance. Dang, yeah, dang, it's true. Oh, there's one of my dear vegan friends right there that just logged on. Fist bump to you, my friend, fist bump to you. I had on that necklace from Germany you sent me earlier. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about something else. Now that we've talked about vegan being literally the only way to fucking go. Let's be honest here, okay? It is. And I don't care what reader you listen to. I don't care what alkali, like what they've done. I don't care if they've been on, you know, like, I don't care who they are. If they are not plant-based, they don't know shit. If they're not talking about going more plant-based, adopting, if they're not steering you in that direction, they aren't for your highest good. And I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't care if they slam me. I don't care if they, you know, those of you who don't know my background, I have a second YouTube channel called Andrea Cox TV. I've been on the news, written books on veganism. It's, you know, it's been my calling up until a point. Your issues live in your tissues. Thank you so much, Brandy. Hey, I got my, this is actually a, it's made of little diamonds, but it's a evil eye. So I like your symbol, Brandy. Everybody thank Brandy. She's my moderator for being on here. Thanks for catching me live. I didn't contact you, didn't plan on being live. So there's a lot of good also, you know, God, I've got like over 600 recipe videos on my other channel, Andrea Cox TV. You want to learn how to make some easy vegan food? Go over there, subscribe, look at the older videos. There are tons of other vegan YouTubers that are excellent. Your issues live in your tissues. If you want to know why you can't get your relationship together, you're not eating right. Well, Andrea, can I go pescatarian? Well, sure. With Fukushima and all the plastic in the ocean, you can do that for about 2 more years. And then you're gonna have to go this way. But Andrea, why do I have to do this? It's more than just for the planet, which you can look up the connection of why going vegan is actually saving the planet. It's more than for your health. It's what we get karmically when we consume death. When we consume death. Consume life. Consume life. Everything you love to eat, from donuts to pizza to sandwiches, you can make vegan and it'll taste better. You know why? Because you're not consuming death. And your skin will show a difference, your hair will start growing, your nails will be long as hell, everything will improve. It's like a peeling of an onion. I've got 10 programs on AndreaCox.com that are like $97 that you can download that'll help you go vegan. That's what people have paid me for years. Celebrities, housewives, people just like you and me. If I could do it in Ohio, growing up in farmland, Amish country, in Dayton, Ohio, population like what, 12? Then you can do it. Then you can do it. You can do it. If I could do it almost 20 years ago in Ohio, you can do it. You want to know the truth about cancer? Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline medium. What do you think meat is? It's acidic. It's acidic. This is why you're seeing juice bars and vegan places everywhere. You know what I love? And this is what, look, I'm just going to say this. I hope I don't piss anyone off. I've said this to quite a few clients too. I actually believe that Black women are more intuitive than Caucasian women. I've said this before to you guys. I believe this because one of the first readers I started watching is an African American woman, and she is so very enlightened. I watch 2 readers on here. 2 readers. I watch Your Angelic Karma and I watch Queen of Cups Tarot. Queen of Cups, plural, is not African American. Your Angelic Karma is. I think they are the most 2 spiritually woke people that have ever taught, personally. I love seeing so many African American women start vegan YouTube channels. I was watching one today, and damn it, I'm going to share her name when I find her again. She's on my phone and I'm shooting on my phone. I love that. I love that because they are the forerunners, the pioneers in the movement for their culture. Because I consider myself one of the pioneers in the vegan movement with David Wolf and Steve Adler and Alyssa Cohen, who's coming to visit on the 10th of next month. But there were no other than Dr. Sebi, there were no African Americans preaching that other than him and there's another woman and I can't think of her name. And so I love seeing that. You can find a ton of vegan YouTube channels. You can subscribe to Andrea Cox TV, look at the videos of the recipes. You have to make that change. And I'm not, okay, you don't have to do anything, okay? But disease cannot exist in an alkaline body. Fact. Probably 80% of the people that have come to me to do a one-on-one retreat or a group retreat have had cancer. They've gone through chemo. Guess what? They're all vegan now. They're all vegan for a reason. If you have cancer, the best thing you can do, or if you love someone with cancer, is look up the Gerson protocol on the internet. The Gerson protocol. The best thing you can do. And I have to say, okay, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor, because they all suck. But I have to say that before I say this, they all suck. They put you on a ton of meds, then you get vertigo from the meds, and then it's just a clusterfuck. So the number one thing you can do if you find out you have cancer, yes, the Gerson protocol, is you can start doing coffee enemas, because coffee enemas will stimulate the portal vein. Lewis, you're not digging a hole in the chair, honey. Coffee enemas will stimulate the portal vein to release old bile from the liver. It's a huge detoxification for the liver. And you can go on a raw vegan diet. And it's not a diet. I eat like a freaking queen. Follow me on Instagram, Raw Chef Andrea. Look at my food I made today. You'll be like, damn, she's throwing down in the kitchen. I had coconut yogurt with berries and dark chocolate and freaking huge avocado salad with baked sweet potatoes and chocolate chip rice cookie and everything. I mean, I eat like a freaking queen. You can still eat all your fun stuff vegan. And I know your moms and your grandmoms, they all threw down in the kitchen and they were making chicken and dumplings and pot roast and roasting a pig's ass and all of that. I get it, okay? I grew up in Ohio. I know, my family cooked that way. I get it. You know, my grandma cooked with lard and stuff. She was an excellent cook. But we do not live in that time anymore. The animals are not raised the way they used to be, where they were allowed to graze on grass. And I know you're like, well, what about grass-fed, want? You're eating death. You're eating death. And when you eat death, when you consume death, there is no life. And if I sound like a freaking school teacher that's slapping your wrist, it's because some of you need to learn this. Look, I'm going to say it, all right? I have met some people in my life, even recently, that I spent the majority of my 20s celibate. As a fitness model, celibate, would not sleep with anyone. If I sleep with someone, you better believe I think you're going to be my husband. It is under lock. And when I say lock, I mean lock. I treat my body like a temple. A temple. A temple. One hand, how many people I've slept with? One hand. You won't see me like having babies without a husband. I'm sorry. Unsubscribe if you need to. Some of you guys need to hear this. Some of you guys are getting tons of abortions. Some of you guys are having babies from 2 and 3 different guys, and you're not married and you're looking for someone to save you. Some of you guys need to hear this part too, okay? The Project of One, I love it, or 11, I couldn't see that. I have met people even recently that I have felt like, I'm like, God, there's my person. But man, if that diet isn't on point, it's hard to get the heart to connect. It's hard to get the heart to connect. It's hard to make that heart-to-heart connection. For me, because when you haven't eaten dead animals in 20 years, there's a realness there of speech and a realness there of, just kind of being yourself and your genetic coding being worn as open instead of being hidden under layers and layers and layers of dead animals and mucoid plaque. And if you want to know what mucoid plaque is, look it up on the internet. Because that all goes away when you're vegan. So instead of working through the muck and the mire and peeling these layers and putting these dudes on a freaking cleanse and cleaning them out and then waiting for 1.5 years until they finally decide they want to go vegan, I'm like, you know what? Celibacy is looking pretty fucking good. Pretty good. Because I want someone who is as conscious as I am. I want someone that sees their dog and a pig or a cow as the same. Because a pig is the 4th smartest animal a pig is smarter than a 4-year-old toddler. Fact. You think they don't know what's happening to them when they go into a slaughterhouse? They do. They do. And some of you guys are like, oh, I love my dog. And then you're putting pig or cow on your plate. What's different? What is the difference between that and the people in China killing the dogs to eat? You wouldn't eat dog meat. Why would you eat pig meat? Why would you eat cow meat? Have you ever walked up and pet a cow? They're so freaking sweet. They're so kind. They're so loving. And until you've actually witnessed one slaughtered, that would change your life. Don't scroll over the shit you see on Facebook. Don't scroll over that. Don't scroll over when you see the slaughterhouses and the vegan stuff. Some of you don't even see it because you ignore that and you block that stuff out. Don't scroll over that. Watch it. Watch it. Educate yourself and learn. And I'll tell you what, you'll be feeling better. Your kids will take a different approach. Your whole outlook will change. And some of you are like, you know what, Andrea? I work 2 jobs. I'm a single mom. My kids, my kid's dad is, he doesn't pay child support. I don't have time or the money to feed my kids. other than anything but cereal and this and that. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I feel you. Find your local farmer's market and find a way to get there on the weekend. You can get your fruits and vegetables for really cheap, and then start subscribing to some of these vegan YouTube channels. I don't care if you subscribe to Andrea Cox TV or not. The other channel of mine, I don't care. Doesn't matter. No skin off my back. It doesn't matter. I've had someone trying to like knock that YouTube channel down that I dated in the past anyway, making sure I don't go above a certain limit of subscribers anyway. It's okay. No skin off my back. But let me tell you, start subscribing to some vegan YouTube channels and teach yourself how to make some really good food, vegan sandwiches, avocado, salads, baked sweet potatoes. You can put some coconut oil on there. Okay, now we got Thea. Let me answer your question, and I'm only gonna, okay. Thea, I caught a glimpse of your question. I didn't get, it was something about animals eat animals, blah, blah, blah. Great. Animals are raised on hormones. They are Google what happens in a factory farm. Go check out PETA, P-E-T-A, and some of their videos on how these animals are raised. Some of these, you know how veal is made? Let me tell you a story of veal, and then we'll get off the food thing and get into the sexual thing, because some of you, your sexual karma is fucked, and we'll get into that, and then I'm going to make a really nice dinner for myself. Thank you, Brandy. So let me just talk about veal. Veal, cows, these, for all of you who are mothers, cows, the baby calves are at 4 days old, the males are shot in the head. You know why? This is in the dairy industry. Because the males are no good to the dairy industry because they don't produce babies, they don't produce milk. So the male, the baby, have you ever seen a baby cow? They are shot in the head right in front of their mother. The females are taken away from their mother. Some are produced and made into dairy cows, and the others are taken and made into veal. And do you know how they're made into veal? They're put in a 4x4 crate where they can't move an inch. They can't turn to the left, turn to the right. Only their head sticks out of this box for 9 months. 9 months. They're fed everything. They cannot move the whole time. So their fat will be really ripened to be veal or something. So their muscle tissue will be preserved to become veal. It's fucking abusive. And you're eating that shit. Stop. Wake up, America. It's time. There's a reason, and please don't tell me you are about the planet if you are not vegan. Some of you have kids and grandkids and you're not making the connection about the planet and how the planet is going to shit and veganism. Look that up. I don't even want to get into explaining it to you. I mean, this is not rocket science. And some of you are like, oh, but it tastes good. Really? You're going to allow your palate to determine how your great-grandchildren survive? God. Okay, let's move on. Sorry. A little passionate about that. I love animals. It's why I don't put them on my plate. And it's also why like 25-year-old women come up and ask me what skincare I use. I'm like, I don't. Like whatever soap is at the kitchen sink. So come on. Let's wake up. Because I believe in you, and you guys wouldn't be on this channel if you didn't need to hear this. Because I know there's a part of you that are like, this is disconnecting. And you're probably like I was. So what happened to me is I was in Ohio all by myself with one person believing in me, my mom, who isn't vegan, but she believed in me. When everybody was telling me I was crazy, when one of my sisters was bitching because I was bringing a salad to dinner at the holidays and I was like 25 years old, my mom believed in me. My mom believed in me when I left a 10-year relationship because he told me my veganism was a phase. Are you fucking kidding me? I left a 10-year relationship, almost 11 years, because I told him I was like, I'm going vegan. And he said, I think it's a phase. I was like, okay, I know we built this house, but I gotta go. I'm never one to kind of like follow other people's direction. Just not my thing, you know? I have too much gusto and knowledge in me, genetic coding that I honor to follow anyone else's guide. I don't care if you're my husband and you're paying all my bills and we're making love 7 times a day. I'm still gonna walk my own path. You can walk beside me. I'll always let you shine in the light. You wanna shine in the light? I'll let you shine in the light. I'll support you creatively. I'll support what you want. I'll work with you and I'll compromise, but you are not going to make me choose my path. And so when that 11-year relationship, when that partner, he was a Leo, he was a good guy, he was an environmental scientist, when he told me that he thought my veganism was a phase, are you kidding me? I left a home we built together. I left a home we built together. And 3 years later, I was on the news for veganism for the first time and had wrote a book called Rawlicious Recipes. The book is still for sale on andreacox.com. So are all my detox protocols and everything. So I am not preaching this to you to sell you anything. Everybody knows I have 2 websites, the Detox Intuitive for my readings and andreacox.com for all my health and detox protocols. Everybody knows that. But you have got to know that your issues live in your tissues and you have to make a change because too many of you have lost someone to cancer. All of us have someone we love that has suffered from cancer, all of us. You have to make this change. I don't know a single person that I've ever dated or become friends with that hasn't made that shift. You know why? Because they're smart. I want to talk about something else. And it's like little seedlings. It's like I give them a seed and then, you know, it doesn't matter if we break up or if we're friends and we don't talk anymore. They teach others and spread that seed. And then they teach others and spread that seed. That is what a sage does. That is what sprinkling these seedlings of ideas and pioneering movements, it grows like wildfire. Learn it, teach it. I believe in you guys or you wouldn't be here. Okay, let's talk about something else. All right. The genetic coding. So some of us have been the pioneers in certain movements. And you guys also need to look up something called gang stalking. And this sounds crazy, but some of us have really felt over the past few years that we have been severely hampered, whether it been, you know, it be by someone we were involved with intimately, a stranger, or the government, or what have you. I'm sure you heard of, I can't even think of her name on here because she pulled herself off. She was a reader. Shit, she was really good too. I can't even think of her name. Adelina Bond. I can't think of the name of her YouTube channel. A lot of us have been, yes, Mana. Yes, thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Elachi, thank you. A lot of us have been what we feel is gang stalked, listened in, had our phone conversations listened into by the government, had all this stuff happen to us. I'll tell you, those are truth speakers. Those are people that were pioneering movements. My other YouTube channel's been around for like 6 years, and I've been vegan 18 years. I've been opening my big mouth for a long time. So have a lot of other people. I've opened my mouth about vaccines. I don't think vaccines should be given to children. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from you guys for that, but Look at the connections with vaccines and autism. I wasn't vaccinated. Don't get pissed at me. Don't shoot the messenger. Because my mom is brilliant. That's why I didn't get a shot, ever. You concur, good, fist bump. Even if you disagree with me, I'll take it. Look at all the shit in vaccines. Mercury, all the shit in vaccines. Look it up on the internet. And especially if you have a little boy, because little boys get autism, little girls don't, and there's a reason. A mother gets pregnant and her gut flora is already shitty because all she eats is fast food and bullshit, right? And then she takes her kid to get shot up with a bunch of bullshit. I mean, what are they giving? It's horrible, horrible. And then within hours, they're having convulsions, seizures. Within weeks, they're not right. And my heart bleeds for you if you have a child that has autism. My heart bleeds for you. I'll tell you what, you can do stuff to reverse a lot of those effects. You can. But it has to start with diet, and you have to own that the vaccine, the whole vaccine shit is wrong. I will not even connect with someone on social media if I look at their thing and they're promoting vaccines. I actually block them. It makes me sick. Makes me physically want to vomit. Physically ill. Like I physically get pained. Physically ill. Educate yourself on that. Birth control, did you know it's a fact that if you're on birth control, you will start to choose men who are more feminine? You will be attracted to men who are more feminine if you are on birth control. Why? It fucks with your genetic coding. I'm sorry if I offend you when I say fuck. It's a part of the vocabulary, it gets the point across, and I said I wasn't going to say it in 2020, but I changed my mind this morning when I woke up. Sorry. Educate yourselves on this stuff, you guys. I'm not the holy grail of knowledge. I just woke up to this stuff like 20 years ago. I was like, why are people vaccinating their kids? That seems fucking stupid. Why aren't people taking probiotics? That seems ignorant to me. Why are people eating dead and decomposing animals that have to go through pain and lose their life to feed us? There's tons of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, avocados, coconuts, durian, jackfruit. There's tons of stuff to eat. Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram. Check it out. You'll see how I eat. I do a lot of food stuff on there. I've eaten that way for 20 years. It does a body good, man. I don't even get sick. I'm like a walking frickin' gazelle. And I'm not boasting. I went through hell when I went vegan. There was one person that didn't think I had an eating disorder, and it was my mom. She was the only person that supported me. My mom didn't know anything about veganism, and I went to her constantly asking her questions, trying to, is this right? Is this right? And she was so wonderful. I am so grateful to have the mom I have. I am truly blessed. Truly blessed. She's put up with a lot in her life, and she's went through a lot, and I am so grateful to have had her. I could almost well up in tears, because if it weren't for her, I would not have stayed on my path. I would never have stayed on this path. She is a wonderful human being, the best mom in the world. And people say we pick our parents. I definitely chose her. And you know what? I would choose her again and 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 again, because she supported me when I went plant-based when no one else did. It was the first time I had not had an eating disorder. I had one really young as a fitness model. I had bulimia and I healed myself by going plant-based. Why? Because I could eat whatever I wanted and not gain any weight. I was eating avocados and green juice and dark chocolate and raw vegan pies and fruit and all these carbs and bread, and I wasn't gaining any weight. It was great. If you like bread, go vegan. Because once you drop the dead animals, you can actually digest the bread better because of food combining. Don't even get me started, folks. We'll make this into a nutrition class or something. So I think I've like drilled enough on you. I want to touch on one other thing, and it's sexual karma. I said earlier, I won't sleep with someone unless I see them as my husband, and I meant that. I meant that. That I've actually been engaged before sleeping with someone. Now, and you know, everybody's different, and then there's been someone where I slept with them very, very quickly. But every time you interact with someone sexually, you get their good and bad karma, whether it be money, whether it be, you get all of that. Be very, very mindful of who you interact with. Because some of these dudes out here, I'm just saying, they're like paying for sex. They've got these like young girls that they're like supporting and stuff, that if they dropped, they wouldn't be able to make it for 2 days. 2 days, they'd be out on their ass. These guys are paying for everything from hair blowouts to plastic surgery, titties to freaking, you know, everything. You don't want that karma. You don't want to be like struggling not to pay your bills because you slept with someone and that's their MO. You don't want someone that's going to keep you under their boot, right? It's going to try to keep you under their boot with money. You don't want that. If you fall in love with a man and he has money, that's fine. If he wants to, you know, pay your bills or something, and you're in love with him and you like making love to him and you like making his food and stuff, that's fine. That's another story. But have your shit together. Get your shit together. Let me tell you, I've been in one relationship where my shit wasn't together because I was with a piece of shit right before I met the person. And he did a lot for me, the person that I met, financially. And I'm telling you from a loving heart, have your shit together. Have it together when you meet someone. It'll make a big difference in your self-esteem and your ability to stand on your own 2 feet. Because I'll tell you what, you got a lot of women staying in marriages and relationships that cannot even stand sleeping with a guy because they don't have their own shit together. I'm not saying you got to have a lot of money saved up in the bank or anything like that. I've had 2 million and I've had -$2. -$2. I've also had men try to impede on my independence over the last 2 years, more than once, because I built something that made me very financially independent, and I have had it torn down. I had it torn down repeatedly. This business has been fucked with repeatedly by a group of little minions that didn't like me being free from codependency. So if you're in that situation, you have to learn to speak up, because I stayed quiet for a long time and then I got publicly harsh, publicly loud. And now it's under investigation, still. And I know who it is, who they are. So be very mindful over this new year of what you eat, who you fuck, letting go of addictions, whether it be pills, alcohol, shit food, whatever, poor habits. Be mindful. Poor spending on bullshit, trying to control women with your money. Some of you men paying for sex and stuff like that, come on, wake up. Grow up. Find someone that's into you. Okay? I'm glad we had this discussion tonight, guys. I feel good. A lot of fours on here, 4, 4, 4, 4. Maybe someone learned something. I feel great. Some of you are going to be moving far away. I feel that energy in the room. Yep. Okay, so watch this from the beginning. A lot of good knowledge. So listen, AndreaCox.com, it's just my name, AndreaCox.com. That is my health website. There's a great program on there called The Digital Detox. The Digital Detox. It's like 97 bucks. It's my voice downloaded. It takes you through a 30-day cleanse. That's an excellent cleanse. It's my original. You can go there, make a purchase there. Also, I put on the community section of this YouTube channel the dates and times that I have available for private readings. So check those out. If you are struggling with clarity, dealing with more than one person, and you want to know who's who, or why you can't get over someone or something like that, I highly suggest the Akashic record reading. Highly suggest. Not only will it show you who's who, but it'll show you why you have such a strong past life, could be karmic, could not, tie with that person. I love each and every one of you. I hope I wasn't too hard on you on this. My charcoal mask is doing good, so that's why I'm not showing my face. Also, I feel like sometimes when I talk this harshly, I gotta like just show my hands because I don't like getting ugly with you. You know, I don't like getting ugly with you. It's like the teacher with the damn roller. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I feel like I just want to slap the piss out of some of you. You know? I met a lady, I was picking up a box of jackfruit the other day in Trader Joe's. And she's like, what are you going to do with all that jackfruit? And gosh, and I said, oh, it's like a meat substitute. I mix it with barbecue sauce and it's barbecue jackfruit. And the guy behind the counter said, yeah, it tastes like pulled pork, which it does, but that's not, I just love the taste of jackfruit. By the way, you could cure world hunger with jackfruit alone. It's another thing our government knows, but doesn't want to even look at or address, but that's another thing. Also, the government knows that vaccines are killing your kids and causing them autism. They know that shit. They know that stuff. Look up like Agent Orange and all those tests they did. Our government is full of shit. So, okay, so let me, I was reading someone's comment. So this woman is behind me and the guy's like, oh, it tastes like pulled pork. And she's like, oh, I love pork. There's no substitute for pork. And, you know, she's about 100 pounds overweight. I don't hold that against people because a lot of my clientele is overweight in the health industry. And I would never, you know, shun someone for their weight because I see souls. I see auras. I don't see people. Since I was about this tall, I have always seen the aura around people. Fact. I could tell my mom who was good and bad when they came to the front door. I see auras. Always have. So this woman's saying that, you know, oh, I could never give up pork and blah, 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 blah. And then her husband comes over to the cart. I don't know if he was using the bathroom or what. And he catches on to the conversation and he's like, you know, I just got diagnosed with blank, 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 and our doctor actually mentioned a plant-based diet. And I just wanted to give him a big hug. I mean, she was so closed off to it. And her husband, you know, her husband has cancer. What kind of wife is that? You know, I wanted to say, what kind of wife are you? And I kept my mouth shut because, you know, it was a Friday morning and I didn't want to upset anyone, you know, here in town where they can, you know, slam into the back of my car or something. But, you know, sometimes depending on the day, I will say something because I'm not someone who silences. I don't like to be silenced myself and I don't like to silence others and I don't want to be, you know, shut down for my beliefs. But I held back because actually what he said when he walked up in the line was everything she needed to hear in that moment. I saw her face when he said that. I gave her the look of shame. I am so proud of you. Have you been vegan for 4 years? Fist bump my vegan sister. You guys, I wouldn't have shared such a harsh video reality with you if I didn't believe in each and every one of you. You guys are here for a very specific reason. Number one, you're on your way to prosperity, and I've got something I'm going to announce tomorrow that is in alignment with that, and it's going to be able to help you prosper more than you have. And number two, you're on your way to health. And you've already given yourself the clarity you need. You're not holding on to past relationships. You've gotten rid of the old drama. You've gotten rid of, move forward, move ahead. It's 2020. If I can't make you go vegan, no one can, but I think I'm going to. I love you guys. AndreaCox.com for the health stuff, and the detoxintuitive.com for the readings, and the community section on here, thank you, has the dates that I'm available for readings over the next week, and then they're done for a while. So check it out. Also, there on both websites, you can click on the spiritual fasting retreat because I have one coming up. I also do one-on-one retreats, so you can book there as well. I love each and every one of you. Be well. Bye-bye.